This channel is for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence before making any investment decisions.
Hi, this is Joe, and what I want to do today, I want to give a specific example of how you can use MACD in multiple time frames, what we're looking for, how to take advantage of the bigger trend to help with this, and then also how we can tweak our signals with MACD by looking at what's going on in ADX. All right, let's go ahead and get going with this. So if you have an interest in learning some of these techniques, I would suggest starting with the book. It's at rabilstockresearch.com/book. And also, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button and also subscribe. All right, so I'm starting out with my 4-chart grid with the monthly chart here, weekly chart in the bottom right, daily chart in the upper right, and then the hourly in the upper left. So we're looking at MACD, and one of the things I've talked about a lot on this channel is the zero line reversal pattern. All right. Now I go through it extensively in my course. I do talk about it in the book, but there are some variations to this signal. But I wanted to show how it can be used in multiple time frames, and we want our starting point, because realize when we're looking at this level here and this level here, we're below the 18-week line. You see how the 18-week line, we're below that. Now on this one, we're even below the 40. On this one, we're kind of threatening to break, but we don't do it consistently. But when you understand how to look at all this in multiple time frames, it'll make total sense why this was an area where you wanted to be thinking long side. All right, we wanted to be thinking long side. We're getting the MACD working back towards the zero line after being overbought and stretched away. It comes back down to the zero line. All right, so we want to look at these areas. So the first thing we can see is that we've got this rising 18-month that's acting as a springboard underneath, right? Every time we pull back to a rising 18 in any time frame where we have good momentum confirmation from both MACD and ADX, we want to look at these pullbacks as potential opportunities. All right, so you get the 3 to 4 bar pullback here. This was just a couple bars here, but I'm going to show you how they played out a little bit differently, but both were sort of interesting. So in this case, we came down and we showed the MACD actually crossing the zero line, but the signal line did not, right? So to me, this is still considered a zero line touch reversal, potential reversal signal, even though it crossed down below. All right, now there's a couple other things we can notice. On the weekly chart, the momentum was very, very strong based on the buyers. This green was on top, and that's showing that the ADX, based on the buying strength, was very good. Now, we went through a big, long ABC correction pattern, and I call it a correction because it's above the longer term 18. You see how this is just a pullback? So this qualifies as an ABC correction because it's above the 18-month on the next higher time frame. So we've got that ABC correction. We've got this pulling back, and notice how we don't have a lot of strength in the sellers. The red DI could not even get above 25 during this corrective pattern. All right, so we know we don't have strength in the sellers. We know we had a lot of strength in the buyers here. So the bias is still to the upside. All right, so we have that. And we're coming down and we're underneath both of our moving averages. So what do we do here? This is a little dicey to be playing a signal off of weekly MACD. What do we use? And yes, you could use a trend line break in this instance. And why can we do that? Because the signal line did not cross down below, and we don't have a lot of strength in the sellers. All right, and we do have what would qualify as an ABC, although it's a little close. I would still consider that a potential signal. Now, most of the time, what I'm doing in this case is I am on the lookout for what's going on during this last decline. So as we're getting down below zero here, I want to go down to the next lower time frame. So that's right here. If you notice what happened. Actually, I'm on the wrong time. Hold on a sec. Let me get this correct. So we had pretty strong selling on the decline. MACD came down pretty hard. ADX showed strength. This was actually kind of key on this pullback. And the reason is that we don't necessarily want to play this first little pinch play that's set up here. Let me zero in on this so you can really see. We had a move up a pullback, and then it basically held on that pullback and showed a pinch play. But we had a lot of selling strength prior to that. So I would be more reluctant to play this initial pinch play off the low, even though I know I've come down to the 0 line on this time frame. I'm getting close to the 18-month on this time frame. And we have no strength of sellers in the higher time frame. I'm still looking for a little bit more confirmation on this time frame. All right, now if you notice what happened, we got a second pinch, and it was almost in the form of a spike and ledge pattern in a way. So you could almost be looking for this to come back up through here, or you could just play the pinch play coming back up through the 18 after it pinched a second time, because the strength of the buyers and the sellers never resurfaced again. So we had a lot of selling here, but as we went through this sort of sideways consolidation, the sellers really showed no strength whatsoever. So as this started to crisscross back up, we were getting a signal on the pinch play, and you had an opportunity to play this to the upside. So the point I want to make on this one is how when we have stronger ADX signal like this, we don't necessarily want to be in too big of a hurry to play a signal on the smaller time frame. We're looking for a little bit more confirmation. Now, if you notice what happened the second time around, we had this pullback here. We didn't even touch the 0 line, all right? Still no strength in the sellers. Another pullback, and this time we came all the way back to the 18. We actually touched the 18, all right? Now, we had this little kind of zigzag pattern, but nothing as substantial to the downside based on the MACD or red DI. Now, if we look at this in on the daily chart, look at the way this played out. We had a move to the downside, a rally up, and then we made a new low. If you notice, the MACD actually gave us the divergence. So this is my favorite kind of divergence, where we've got signs on the higher time frame that the MACD is holding the key 0 line, and on this time frame we're sitting on major support. This is where you want to play. This is in the direction of the bigger trend. This is the type of standard divergence we should be looking for if we're going to play it. Notice how we had no strength in the sellers here. We never got through this whole decline. We never got the ADX above 25 throughout this point. We got a few pokes in the red above 25, but it never got the ADX going. That's a lot different than what happened on this initial one that I talked about. All right, so use this to your advantage, and I'm using it as on a weekly and a daily setup, but this can be in any 2 time frames you want to use. All right, let me know if you have any questions. We'll see you next time.